All right, so it's the start of the month. It's August 3rd, 2026. And I think I can honestly say I probably have just found a fairly significant breakthrough in what I'm trying to do trading wise. The main problem that I kept running into was A, taking too many trades and dwindling out my profits, and B, feeling like my trades have always just been wishy-washy. And by wishy-washy, I mean 1 week I'm trading one direction and another week I'm trading the other direction, and there's no consistency in that. And one of the things, like I remember saying in one of the other videos, I'm going to be focusing on staying at God's hip and listening to following His word, and then becoming the best trader in the world. And to me, becoming the best trader in the world means overcoming myself and putting myself in the best situations that I can. And I was watching a couple of videos over the weekend, one of them being about focus, and what you're focused on is obviously what the outcome is going to be. You can be focused on a relationship, and or if you're a father, focusing on your children or your wife and improving those relationships. And if you're focused on that, obviously those things are going to improve, and anything else in your life may not improve, or they'll just stay stagnant, right? So one thing that I noticed about myself is I was distracted in many different directions. I had so many different things that had my attention, and I cut them all off. So to fix this, I ended up cutting off social media. I don't have any social media on my phone at the moment. No TikTok, no Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, none of it. The only things that I have for my phone, or things that I have, is YouTube. And the only reason I still have YouTube is because I enjoy watching podcasts and listening to people that are better than me to get different ideas. And that was one thing that this guy was saying, is like, your focus is everything. What you're focused on is what you're going to improve. And in the past 3 or 4 days, my focus has simply just been on the charts and figuring out what it is that's going wrong. Because in these Trump markets, I know I'm not doing bad. I'm not misreading the market, because I would say the market's going to go in a direction, I'd get wicked out, and then a few days later it goes my direction. So I needed to find something that justified that, and figuring out how to deal with that. And I ended up coming across a video, Swaggy C's video, like a day and a half ago, 2 days ago, on position trading. Now, position trading to me sounds more like investing, which could be the case, but to me it doesn't really matter. I'm still trading PCP. I'm still doing all the same things. I'm just looking at it in a different lens from how Swaggy said it. And the way that he said it was, when you look at whatever market you're looking at, look at it on the higher time frame, like I do, but make a bias. Where do I think price is going to be 3 months from now? 3 months from now. And simply only trade in that direction until the market proves you otherwise. And I've been backtesting, and I've done that, and boy, are the results good. They are. Here's proof of it. So I've had 2 backtesting sessions on 2 different pairs, starting from the 1st of January in Trump markets, right, to now. The first one I started for both of them, I started on a $5,000 personal account and saw where they got to. So here's my trades all. This is the one I did on GU, my first one, $17,000 since the 1st of January, with an 80% win rate, 18.75% profit factor, which is great. And then my average win to loss trade risk to reward ratio was a 4.69 risk to reward, which is absolutely insane. And the things that was interesting to me was the amount of trades per month. In January, I had 1 trade. February, I had 1 trade. I had 5 trades in March, 1 trade in April, 1 trade in May, and 5 trades in June. 0 trades in July, which was interesting because to me right now, I don't necessarily take a lot of trades, but I know I take too many trades. And the interesting piece was, remember I said, look at the higher time frame, build a bias, and simply trade in that direction until you're proven otherwise. 11 shorts, 3 longs, which is nuts. To see that sticking to the same setup, or not necessarily sticking to the same setup because I do that, sticking to the same direction, higher time frame wise, on like the weekly time frame is what I was mainly looking at, was such a beneficial thing that I never thought of. Is simply just look at the higher time frames, just look at the weekly and the daily, and wait for a setup that you know would look good on the 4 hour. Take it to the next level of buyers or sellers, and that's it, right? And the consistency was insane to me. And now, mind you, one of the things that I was thinking of was that, well, dang, that's like very few trades a month, right? But that's only 1 pair. So I'm taking anywhere between 1 to 5 trades per month on simply 1 pair. So that leads you to think, okay, well, I'm trading all of the major pairs in gold. So that is plenty enough trades for the month. That's going to average me to about 4 to 8 or 9 trades a month, which is really good. So now let's take a look at the backtesting session that I did today, and I just finished a few minutes ago. And this one, same exact scenario. $5,000 was the initial balance. I traded from January 1st until today, August 3rd. And here is the result. And I simply only traded Euro USD. Picked a bias and went with it. The net profit, $48,643.36 with a 69.23 win rate. I had 9 wins, 4 losses, with an 8.21% profit factor, with my average risk to reward being a 3.65%. Same exact scenarios. January I took 1 trade, February I took 2 trades, March I took 2 trades, April I took 3 trades, 2 trades in May, 3 trades in June, 0 trades in July. With the stats, I had 8 longs and 5 shorts, with my average holding time being about 2 days and 20 hours. I think the results speak for themselves. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just interesting to see that my frustrations over the past 6 months of dealing with the war could have easily been avoided by picking one direction, right? But it's okay. Deal with the frustrations and move on. All of those losses that I've had simply led me to this moment. God definitely let all of those things happen over and over and over again to push me to the edge, to find those videos and to go in and put myself through this test just to show myself that this is what you need to do. And then stick with it, because the results stick for themselves. That's, what is that, 48, let's see, $48,643.36 plus my other backtesting session of GU, $17,896.38. It's a total of $66,000 from a $5,000 account. $66,539.74 in 6.5 months on 2 pairs that I could have had that I don't have. Does that irritate me? Yeah, it does. But it's motivation now, because it is beautiful to see progress in that sense. Between those 2 back testing sessions, I have a 73.91% win percentage, which is about average, is what I had before the war started. But obviously it's a little different now with the war. So, but it shouldn't have changed as much as it did, and had much of an effect on my trading as much as it did. But it's done and over with now, and we've got a better way to go about your charts, go about my charts. So, update on gold. I'm still in that gold trade that I told you guys about last week. She's still just consolidating and doing her thing. Currently I'm up about $11. All good. And this trade as well, same exact thing. I've basically picked a direction. I believe that gold is going to get to 4,333 over the next 3 months. So I'm simply going to be looking for buys unless I am proven otherwise. And looking for buys, right? Looks like until we end up breaking these lows. If we break these lows, clearly we're selling off, and the weekly time frame is selling. But I can see that buyers are holding this level here, and they don't want to see price drop. So I will simply just be looking for buys until price is up into here. And that's the plan. That's the main of actions. I'm going to be going with that, and just continue to trade that direction and do those things. GBP USD, I'm also looking for buys this week. I'm waiting for the 4-hour time frame to give me something better to look at. Right now, price just kind of looks kind of funky. But as you can see here, the weekly time frame is completely bullish now. So we had price give me a higher high, higher low, lower high, new low, but not a lower low. Then we have a new higher high above this, higher low, higher high again, higher low. So price is showing me on the weekly that price wants to continue to go higher. So I'm expecting price to go from 1.34295 to 1.36372 over the next 3 months. So I will simply just be looking for buys until price proves me otherwise, because that is the consistency that I've been missing and looking for. Yeah, this was a big come up, and interesting enough, I saw my family and I, we went to Korean barbecue over the weekend, and I got a fortune cookie, of course. And my fortune cookie says, I took a picture of it because I wanted to remember it. Next week will lead to a significant breakthrough. And it looks like the fortune was right. So we will see what happens over the coming months. By sticking to this and picking a direction over the next 3-4 months. And how far does the account grow? Right now the goal is to get it to $1,000 and then keep scaling from there. So let's see what happens. Remember that I love you, God loves you, and I'll see you in that next video.